good evening, or whatever time it is that you happen to be watching this. It is your boy Rhino Pod at it again with another spectacular review. This time it's over the motion picture Ready Player One. Alright, so this was, I think most of us know this was a novel first. I actually have the novel only because I was subscribing to Loot Crate at the time, and I haven't. I meant to read it before I went and seen the movie because I like to do that because a lot of times they say the book's better than the movie, but the movie can be fine, but I don't want to get them mixed up, so I don't want to think back on the book and have images of the movie instead, But I will be honest, you know what? I don't regret not reading the book first because I loved this movie. I'm sure the book is better, but the movie was wonderful. I loved it. Now, I know a lot of people didn't. I've heard some criticism about it relies too much on nostalgia. There's just a bunch of references to other movies that make us feel good. Well, you know what? Maybe. But I don't think so. I liked the overarching I loved everything about that movie. I really did. I believe at the beginning explained the whole premise of the movie. Like the guy created the game and now people played it all the time, blah, blah, blah. I thought that was awesome. I thought it was a really cool premise, which, that's due to the book. The book had a good premise, but I think they presented it really well. I liked it. And start out, this guy's in this fucking concrete jungle of trailers. This is like a 2045, 2050, whatever, trailer park in this major city, Cleveland. And, it looked awesome. It was really cool. And I loved every bit of it. The CG, I didn't like. I wasn't constantly thinking, wow, this is all CGI. No, I thought it looked really good. It was really cool. I think the big thing that really drew me to it was the idea of everybody playing one game, doing whatever they want, and just interacting. That's if you love video games, been playing them your whole life, that's kind of like a dream of ours. We aren't social in real life, but we want to be social virtually, and that's how you do it. And I've always had the idea for a game like that. Just every platform coming together to do whatever you wanted. And that's what this movie's about. And the way it presented, the challenges after the guy died, I thought that was really cool. Man, I love that. That's right out of a video game or a fantasy novel or something. It's just, wow, it really made me interested. Really drew me into the story. And, I got goosebumps. I actually got goosebumps several times throughout this movie. And maybe it's because of nostalgia, harkening back to movies or video games that I just, I grew up around. And that's probably the case for a lot of it, but wow. Oh, I've only seen it once. I plan on seeing it again in theaters. And I don't buy movies. I will probably buy this movie because I liked it so much. And honestly, I hadn't even looked that much into it because, frankly, I wasn't that interested. It looked neat, but I wasn't that interested in it before going to see it. But, we had a night off, and we were going to go see a movie. And I'm like, well, it's getting hype. We'll go check it out. And man, I loved it. I thought it was great. I didn't even know, honestly, I didn't know Steven Spielberg was directing it, and it doesn't surprise me at all afterwards, because one scene that really made me think, wow, this is reminiscent of 80s movies, is when the head honcho guy, He plays... What's his name? Krennic in Rogue One. Director Krennic? I think that's it. He plays Director Krennic in Rogue One. Yeah, he's walking in his facility down like the cubicles where they like enslave people in the Oasis. They enslave people in the Oasis machines and like make them work off debts from where they borrowed like equipment and stuff. He's walking with like his right hand lady, and they're talking about stuff, and just I don't know, the way it was filmed, the way they were walking down, the background, everything, it looked like a movie out of the 80s. It reminded me of, I don't know why, and this isn't right, the scene isn't like that in this film, but it reminded me of Escape from New York for some reason. I don't know why, but, you know, and that's like a classic 80s flick. But anyways, I think the 80s throwback thing right now, super big, because of Stranger Things, and, I mean, Stranger Things was fucking awesome, so I don't see why, you know, Ready Player One can't be either, so I loved it. I hope I get a chance to see it again. Because honestly, I like going to the theater because I diet pretty hard, but popcorn or theater popcorn is like, oh god, that's my weakness. It's just so wonderful. So like 80% of the reason I go to the theater is to eat popcorn, and this is how good the movie was. The popcorn was shit for some reason that night. It wasn't very salty. Couldn't put my own butter on it. Didn't like that. The butter they put on there was not, you know how they put butter on. And so, like, I couldn't even get salt on my own. Like, they didn't. I was not pleased with that, by the way. But even that, I was disappointed because of that going into the movie, and I would still love that movie. Oh, love that movie. In this YouTuber's opinion, it was a wonderful movie. Cannot wait to watch it again. Cannot recommend this movie enough. So I can't put a number on it because I don't 1 to 10 on movies. I don't really like doing that. But if I did, I'd say between an 8 and a 9. That's how much I liked it. As far as it being a well done movie, I don't know. It's been a while since I had my film class, so I can't tell you. But me being entertained, like upwards of a 9. It was out of 10, by the way. It was phenomenal. I cannot encourage you to go see it enough. So, that is my review. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Be sure to keep an eye out for my upcoming podcast project with Midwest Nasty Man and Biggie in the back. That's going to be a big deal. We may even talk about this movie. Who knows? So be sure to keep an eye out for everything. Big things coming. Thanks for watching. You guys have been great. I've been Rhino Pod. Goodbye.